Hey, good morning, traders. How you been? Hope you had a good break. I was off. I took a break. Spring break, that is. Went out to the desert. Nobody cares. Hey, so what's been going on? Crazy market, huh? Tariffs are going on. Everyone's just getting weird. I mean, my goodness, what has been going on? Leave for a week and look what happens. Unbelievable. Yeah, right. Holy smokes. So anyhow, it looks like prices come off. I would say the flow is down. And I'm not sure if it's going to organize and continue or if it's going to just fall apart again. At this point, I think anybody can make a guess and say, well, geez, what's happening? So I'm just kind of working through my chart. I'm a little bit late. I've been catching up. I was on holiday, so I haven't had a chance to really get into some things that I usually do. But that's okay, right? Because we're looking for one setup, right? We're not like sitting here trying to figure out how to solve these problems the world brings us. We're just little traders in our world trying to, um, uh, make our way. I did post this yesterday in our on our page. Just I was just fooling around and checking out the market, seeing what's going on, and seeing if our setup still works. And it does, right? We have an impulse leg up. We have a little shelf, right? I could have moved that down a little bit more, but then as price comes off here, it bounces right back there, right? And so, it's not a shelf here to begin with, but maybe down below. But see what happens afterward. You can use that as a shelf as well. These people are hiding. These orders are hiding behind this wash. Same concept, right? Runs into the pressure cooker, comes back, and then takes off for a really nice trade. So just keep that in the back of your mind of when you're out there trading, what you're trying to accomplish. So then I like to settle in and let's just go find one so we can just make ourselves a little bit more warmed up. Right. So we have an impulse. We have an impulse. And remember, I'm taking the impulse off of the the last little piece, right? Impulse. Right. Now, why does that work, right? See, it hits it a couple times, you know? And if you're a trader, you have this hard down here. It kind of feels like a wash. What do I got here? Oh, this guy got taken out, right? That's why I don't put my orders right underneath it. I put them down a little bit lower. Just give me a little piece. I don't want to, so let's say it's here, but I'm going to get right, that's going to stop you out. This down here, maybe closer to this guy here, maybe that's your real, your real wash. Hard down, hard up. And I'll look at that. I don't, I'll look at that as a stop. When you say, where's my stop? You got to figure out where that is so you can hide behind it. That's the whole thing about this setup is it's going to tell you where to put your stop and you're going to be wrong. So don't feel like this is, some magic bullet that's going to take you to the promised land. This is, I have a 30 to 40% win rate. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying, but my bottom line is the same. It's green. We're trucking. Got another little guy here. Doesn't quite make it, but sometimes I put my orders above it because of that. But that's a real nice little one too. Right there in the morning. Pop. So then on the back side, here's your wash. And here's your reaction, right? Boop. Down you go. So everything's good in that regard, right? We know what we're looking for. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to follow price, right? I'm not going to worry about this. See, this kind of held too, right? This chunk here. Whoa, what's going on? What did I do? Did I move that over? What did I do? How did I do that? I like inverted it. Hold on a second. I don't know what I did. That's crazy. No idea. Anyhow, that's weird. That makes me. Can I move this over here? What is it? How does that happen? You know what? This thing, just these pieces of this stuff is so fidgety. How did I do that? I don't even know how to do that. How did I do that? Oh well. So I'm just going to follow price as it goes up, and I'm going to look for my shelf, look for my wash, and follow along. Just keep it simple. I'll have a longer update later in the week, but I just want to check in. Hope you guys are well, and use a stop. All right, talk later.